Alright guys, welcome aboard. Thought we'd do a little bit of a different flight here. We're flying the Zibo 737-800 here with the Poseidon livery that we've got. And we're going to be doing a flight from Nellis Air Force Base in Las Vegas. And we're going to go head down to North Island, San Diego. We're going to do the visual approach into runway 29 in San Diego. That should be kind of fun. Pretty short flight. Unfortunately, here at Nellis, the scenery sucks. There's basically nothing, and I had to start out on the runway here. So bear with me there, but I promise you the scenery going into San Diego and the rest of the route will be a lot more interesting. So let me just show you the route here. It's pretty much just a straight shot. Let me bring up my map here. So there you go. Here we are at Nellis. It's pretty much a straight shot down here. We're going to kind of deviate and head a little bit farther to the east right here. And then we're going to do the approach into North Island here. Let me turn this music down just a tad. Sometimes it comes up a little bit loud. So let me show you the actual approach into North Island. So this is kind of an interesting approach. Hopefully I get it on the screen here. We're going to be doing the Hotel Visual 29. And let me move that over a little bit and zoom in just a tad. Alright, so we'll come down, like I said, a little bit east here and come around, and you kind of pretty much hug the coastline right here. Go right along the beach over to Coronado and make a quick turn into runway 29. So that should be kind of an interesting flight. It's going to be, we're going to be hand flying it. We are VFR, or at least the conditions are VFR in San Diego right now. Let's jump in the cockpit here. We'll get fired up. Like I said, sorry we're not on the ramp or anything like that, but we are cold and dark here in the sim. So let's just get fired up here. Get our ground power on.
03 left. Flaps.
Looks like we've got our test set for something. Let's see, we'll go to ground power there. And I'm gonna go ahead and set my lighting here. I always like to have my lights up in the cockpit and up here on the top panel. Alright, let's go ahead and get our IRSs started here. That only takes a minute. Like I said, it's pretty simple flight, but kind of fun here, doing something a little bit different, not your standard airliner fare. So let's get our, we won't even do our APU, I think. No, we got to do our APU. It's kind of throwing me off here, being on the
on runway.
Starting out on the actual runway here.
Left.
Yes, I know. We are on the runway. Thank you.
Left.
Alright, we'll get our nav lights on, get our anti-collision lights on. Let's go ahead and turn our panel brightness up down here. Alright, let's jump in. Let's get our APU is firing up. Let's get our FMS set up here. As far as boarding, let's do this. Board. We're going to do a cargo board since we're not really boarding passengers. Alrighty. Position init. Get rid of all that. Grab that. Drop that back in there. Sorry about this. There was a little fuzzy on my mic. It was driving me a little batty. Alright, so we are at KL. What are we at? I forgot what the identifier was. KL. What am I doing? LSV. SV. Las Vegas. And we're on the runway. Alright, route. We'll go into here. We'll punch that again. We're going to take off whatever runway we are on, runway 3. Not that we need to put that in there, but we are going to KNZY. YYY. Alright, there we go. performance, we're going to take the defaults here. Reserves, we got tons of fuel. Cost index, just put in 1, 2, 3. And we will head for 26,000 feet. We'll put in a 0 for temp deviation.
On runway 0.
Execute
3
that.
Left. On
Hit our
runway
limits here.
0.
Just take the default.
3
We're
left.
to go max power here. Taking off will be 5 on the flaps. Set our CG. And we're just about there. Put our V-speeds in and head for departure. No SIDS. We are on 3 left. Right, left, yes we are. The route. Actually, let's just activate that. Let's go over to here. I want to see if they actually have the runway. They got a VOR DME T29. Not sure what T is. We're just going to hit 29, or it's going to be a visual. Barrett 5 arrival. Let me think about that. Sure, why not? We'll take a look to see what it looks like here, and I think we're not going to have any transitions. We'll just see what that looks like on the chart. All right, let's go over to. We're going to go right Barrett 5. Yeah, take off. Head for Barrett 5. Actually, we didn't do our departure, did we? Not departure. Yeah, we have that. Execute. Okay. Kind of funky without the you know, SID or anything like that. Okay, and we're gonna go visual over at this point, so I'm just gonna take that. We'll execute it. That's a pretty short flight plan, right? 220, 2 miles, 13, blah blah blah, all that. Let's take a look and see what that looks like. Come over here to plan. Zoom out just a little bit. So we're gonna take off. We're gonna head right for Barrett, which is all the way down in San Diego.
On runway
That's pretty close.
0,
That takes us kind of
3
to where
left.
I want to go. So
On
off to the
runway
east side,
0,
and then
3
really after
left.
Barrett, we're going to go visual. So we'll kind of get rid of all this stuff right here. We don't need these here. We'll leave them in for right now, but after Barrett, we'll probably just do VFR from that point. But that'll get us there. All right, let's go back to map. Come up here, and let's get fired up. Let's get this show on the road. All right, we'll go over to APU power. And being that this is a military flight, do things a little bit different here. Get all our fuel pumps on. And we'll put the seatbelt signs on just because I think that actuates a few things. Alright, everything else is good here. Panel's good. Seatbelts and smoking is on. Alright, we'll get our window heat on, pitot heat on. We're already on the runway. Get our electricals on. Get our APU bleed on. Trim air on. We're going up to 26,000 feet. There we go. North Island. 50 feet will do us right there. Alright, I think we are loaded and we're ready to go. So, I don't think I have forgotten anything on here. I think we're ready. Alright, we're ready to get started. So, let's just fire up number 2. Packs off. Get that going. And actually, I think we're going to kill the music here for our startup. You can hear all the noise from the loading. Oops, forgot to hit the fuel. Getting distracted. I'm going to go to menu over here. I'm going to go advanced boarding. Alright, we're going to stop the boarding. There we go. Enough of that noise. Come back up here. Alright. And we'll go ahead and start number 1. Waiting for the N1 to get up to about at least 18. Alright, introduce fuel. I have a key for that, so otherwise you'd grab this little handle right here and yank it up. Alright, I think we can put our yoke back on. Let's get some things set up over here. So we're going up to 26,000 feet. Let's jump our altitude hold up to that. And we're just going to crank this up to like, I don't know. I'm going to go a little bit above what our hold speed is. 175 looks good. Alright, we'll get all our flight directors on, get our auto throttle armed. We'll check to make sure we got our LNAV and VNAV are engaged. So that's going to take us up to altitude. Alrighty. Engine power's on. Let's go ahead and switch over to engine power. Get our engine bleeds on, APU bleed off, packs left and right back on, and let's turn off our APU. Alright, we'll take a final scan up here, make sure everything looks good. Yep, packs are on, that's set, lights are set. Alright, we're going to go to continuous on the ignitions. Hydraulics are on, no anti-ice needed, and we're going to go to Gen 1. On our power, everything else there looks good, fuel pumps are all on, and yaw dampener is on. So we are ready to depart and get on out of here. Now let's get our view set up here. I don't think I forgot anything. We're going to do a little quick check on our spoilers there. Looking at the shadow. Yep, that looks good. Alright, flight controls are good. We'll just set our flaps. 5 for takeoff. Auto braking to RTO. Alright, I think we're good. I don't think I've forgotten anything. Altimeter setting, we could have gotten that. Let's I'm gonna take a quick look at my map here. We'll get the real world one and punch that in. Alright, altimeter currently at Nellis is 2973, so let's go ahead and set that. 2973, and we'll do it on the co-pilot side also. There we go. Alright, I think we're good. I think we're ready for takeoff, other than where is it? There it is. I'll set our transponder on. Won't bother with any code. We're military flight. Not that that makes any difference, but I don't know. I'm just kind of winging it here today. Alright, let's see. The only other thing on is my airports on here. And not a lot of airports out there. We'll zoom out nicely here. Alright, so brakes off. Bring the power up. And toga. I think we got a tailwind in here. And a little bit of a crosswind.
80 knots. V1 rotate.
Rotating.
Positive rate.
Gear up. A little bumpy flight here today out of Vegas.
400.
take a little scenic tour here.
1,000.
At 1,000 feet, we'll start our turn here to the left. And I'm going to go ahead and turn down the volume just a little bit on the sim, so you can actually hear me. And we are hand flying it here, other than flight director is controlling our power setting there. First notch of flaps up. Get ourselves sped up here a little bit. Flaps all the way up. We're going to fly right over Greater Las Vegas here and get on our route. And you can see Nellis there coming into view, at least a ramp. If anybody knows if there's a decent scenery pack for Nellis, I'd love to get it. I just did a quick search before the flight, and unfortunately didn't see any. Alright, let's get cleaned up here a little bit. We're still hand flying it, but flaps are up, gear is up. We'll put it back down into the off position. Put our auto braking to RTO. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and hit my autopilot here. I don't know what the hell I hit, but I hit something. All of a sudden my screen jumped. No, that was an autopilot. Something's quirky on my view here. Well, anyway, autopilot on. Oh. Retard. I'm such an idiot. I'm pushing the wrong button. Sorry. Alright, goodbye Vegas. There's Lake Mead. Nellis Air Force Base. And if we take a look at the other side, let's take a look at this way. There we go. Here's Las Vegas. Down here. Let's look out front. There we go. There's Las Vegas. Here's the strip. Got a few hotels right there. Popping into view. Do a little bit more music here. Always forget to do this. I really should just save it. This rendering options here does the water right here. So you can see the little body of water right there. Click. Looks a little better. Looks like there's some low-level turbulence there. Let's see if we can see any of the strip here.
However, for own safety, we recommend that you keep your seatbelt loosely fastened in case of any unexpected turbulence. We have an excellent team on board today, and we are all happy to offer you any assistance you may require throughout the flight. Our in-flight entertainment has begun.
Alright, so it is a straight shot over to Barrett. Go down here and take a look at that. 212 miles, and we will be there. Let's see here. Climb, cruise. Are we going to get to our destination here? What is it now? 2246. That's roughly real time here. About 15-20 minutes off. Let's look at our destination here. 23:12. So what does that do? That's about an hour and a half here. That'll speed up once that's the top of descent. Sorry. 23:12. Let me think about. Oh no, the top of descent is 23:12. So that's only like half an hour away. So you can see it's going to be a pretty short flight. Alright, hopefully this isn't too loud. I'm going to jump out of the airplane. Yeah, that's pretty loud. We'll turn that down a little bit. There we go. Get a good view of us departing out of Las Vegas. You know, I forgot to turn my landing lights on. I just realized that. Landing lights on. And landing lights off. Alright guys, I'm going to take a quick break here while we climb out. Let me make sure we're all set up here. Get our altimeter set. Over to standard. Alright, we're climbing up to our top of climb here. Should be at 26,000 feet momentarily. So we'll jump back outside. There we go. Let you guys look at the scenery go by as we head for San Diego. I'm going to take a quick break, grab a bottle of water. I'll be right back. Alright guys, I am back in the cockpit. Let's jump in here, see how we're doing on our cruise. We're going to bump that up just a little bit because we want to get there. Let's come over here, we'll go to cruise. We're going to change our speed about 335/.810. And we'll go there. And what am I doing? Oh, that's our climb speed. Duh, idiot. Let's go back here. It's not what I wanted. Invalid. I was trying to grab that. My eyesight is going here. Sorry, I should have noticed because that was off. So 335/.810. There we go. That'll bump up our speed. Get us there a little quicker. Alright, we'll take a look at everything here. I think strobes can go off. Go over to nav only. How's our fuel doing here? I knew we started out with plenty of fuel, so we got tons of fuel. Alright, nothing amiss up here. I don't see any orange lights. I'm going to turn the sim volume up a little bit more. I usually just keep it all the way up. So let's take a look at our map at least. I'll bring up the X-plane map. Yep, there we are. Took off, went right over Vegas. We're actually going through. I think there's a military operating area right out here. No, we're actually skirting to the side of it. It's actually off to the side over here. Get a better view of our situation here. So we're going to be going to what is this? Just to the east of Palm Springs, right there. We'll see that coming up in about 80 or 90 miles or so. Let's bring up our chart here. We'll take a look at some things here. Alright, so here we are. Here's our straight shot. Here's the military operating area right here that I was talking about. I'm used to sometimes having to skirt around that, going into like the LA area here. If we're heading out sort of towards the west a little bit more, but I think we're good. We're only going to cross into a restricted zone here, and that restricted area is probably down below us anyway, so no problems there. The way you can check that, by the way, I'll see if I can bring it up here. So if you look at this, so for instance, we'll take a look at this. It's restricted 2501 Charlie is the first one that we're going to hit. And if you go over, what are we looking at here? We have world VFR we want. No, we don't want world VFR. We want to actually get the chart here. So here we go. World, we want world high en route. Let's see. I guess we can take a look at that. Is it going to switch on me? Hopefully not. I'm trying to get to the edge of the chart. Zoom out here. Here we go. Alright, what do we got here? Alright, and here's our restricted numbers, which I totally forgot what the heck they were. But, let's do this again. Let's see. Okay, here we go. 250. right? 250 Bravo Charlie Delta. Okay, let's take a look at that. Let's go back over to the edge of the chart. You don't get that if you're on the world VF or world one, because it just stitches them all together. But if you actually had a paper chart, this is what you'd be looking for. So 2501. Here we go. Surface to unlimited. So, and it's continuous. So yeah, we would need permission to actually go through that. And what you would do here is make sure I'm looking at the right one. This one here. So it's from the surface to unlimited, goes into outer space. It's operated continuously, and I think that's the controlling agency. I'm looking at the right one. ZLA. That's the controlling agency. So we would call them to get permission to go through there. And let me go ahead and flip back over to World VFR. Take a look at North Island here again. So again, we're going to be coming down to Barrett, which is it's actually out here. Let me see if I can find it. It's someplace over here. Anyway, Barrett, we're going to come out to the east, swing back around, and like I said, we'll come right over the south side of the bay, and then up this way. Let me see if I can get this San Diego low. There we go. We'll go with the TAC chart. That'll let us zoom in nice and low. So yeah, we're going to come down here right along the bay and just do a visual right over here, looking for the Hotel Del. Come right off to the side of that and make a quick turn into 29 right there. Got a little ways to our top of descent here, but we can go ahead and take a look at that. You can see there's Barrett's already coming up on our screen, and let's see if I can find Barrett here on my chart. I'm going to go ahead and just do hi. So there's Julian. We actually want low, world low. There we go. So we should be able to see Barrett someplace. There's Hale. There's Barrett right there. So there's Barrett intersection. We're not going to go that far out. Here's Gillespie Field in San Diego. That's actually where I learned to fly in real life. So we're not going to come all the way out here to Barrett, which is right there. That's the point that we're heading for. We'll come inbound here a little bit closer and descend down into North Island. So what are we going by now here? Let's see if there's anything good to look at. There's Daggett. NXP. There's Blythe. NXP. I wonder what NXP is. Is that... Is that what I'm thinking it is? NXP. Let's take a look. NXP, that's 29 Palms. Which is a Marine Corps base. 29 Palms. Nice view out the window there. I think this is it P3 Orion. This might get a little loud. I'm going to turn this down. I think they have like a couple of little windows right here. Yeah, there we go. That's where we're sitting, right there. And then there's no other windows other than the emergency exit. So let's make believe we're sitting right there. And then I don't know. Our rear view is an external camera. Okay, I see Palm Springs coming up. Yeah, so Palm Springs. Get that sound turned up a little bit. So Palm Springs is right down here. This is the Salton Sea, Coachella Valley. If you're into music festivals, that's just where it happens, right down here. Or right here someplace. So let's see here, let's get a few things set up over here. I think turn that all the way to 30 so we can make some sharp turns if we have to. Bring this thing around because like I said, we're going to kind of cut in a little bit closer, so we'll probably switch over to our heading here shortly. Right after our descent, I think we'll do that. So we can zoom in a little bit more. So I'm going to leave that right there for right now. Now, LA off in the distance over there. Or no, sorry, over there. I'm used to flying from Phoenix a lot of the time, so I don't really fly from Las Vegas that much. Most of my little flights that I do in the Zibo are in the southwest. Occasionally I do them a little bit, you know, some other interesting spots. I posted one video just for the heck of it. I don't even know where the heck it was. It was like Nebraska or, I don't know, some place out there the other day. So if you take a look at my channel, you'll see the Stormy flight. Minimums flight. I did it in the 737 here, and I just picked. I looked at the weather radar. I picked the two worst spots you could possibly fly out of and into, and did that just for the heck of it. That was kind of interesting. And we are cruising over to Palm Springs, and it looks like we're hitting our. We're getting close to our top of descent. Our speed is starting to come down. And let's go ahead and crank our altitude down. What do we got for Barrett here? Barrett 6,200. That sounds about right. Let's go down to... set it for 6,000. 6,000, we'll do 6,200, what the heck. That'll keep us clear. Actually, we'll do 6,500. That'll make sure we're clear of any of the hills there, because we are kind of going to be going off course here a little bit. Nice view of the Salton Sea. A little bit hazy here in the Southern California desert today. This way. Alright, so there's Palm Springs. Here's the Palm Springs Airport, right where my cursor is, right there. This is the pass that you normally fly through if you're flying GA and kind of heading out towards Los Angeles area. Accidentally left my engine starters on continuous. Just put them back on auto. Alright, here comes our top of descent. You see a little diamond coming down right there. zoom in here just a little bit. So we are going to go inbound here, like I said. So let's cut across here a little bit. We're going to go to heading select instead. We'll leave our VNav on, so that'll control our descent. And since we're descending, put our strobes on right there. It looks like we're picking up the VOR from North Island right here, 78 miles away. Let's go ahead and crank this around. Let me see, how do I want to crank that around? I don't know. Actually, I think I'm going to pull up the actual approach here. Let's bring that up here. I'll bring it on screen here in a second. Let me get it on my other monitor here. Alright, hotel visual. There we go. Alright. Drop that down a little bit for you. Alright, so here we go. And you know what? I'm just going to make that full screen. Alright, so we are going to runway 29. We're going to do the hotel visual. North Island, we got a VORTAC out there at 117. That's what we're picking up. And our final approach course is actually, if we kind of come around this way, this is the 128 radial out of North Island here, 128. So we're gonna set that. So the opposite is 308. So let's go ahead and put that in as 308 here on VOR2. There we go. So that'll give us a nice line of where our actual runway is. And it looks like a nice clear day here in Southern California, which is actually where I'm located in the real world. Just a few clouds out over the ocean. And I'm going to take one more really quick break. Be right back here as we descend down into San Diego North Island Naval Air Station.
Altimeter setting.
Alright guys, back in the cockpit. can see San Diego up ahead already. In the haze. Alright, let's grab our altimeter here. I'm going to look at my other screen. Put the real world one in. Altimeter at North Island is 2992. Hey, that's pretty easy. Drop that into the co-pilots also here. Of course I can't see. Get rid of that. 2992. Looks like we're going to get slowed up here as we get down below 10,000 feet. Take a look at our legs here. It's going to hold us here. Nice view seeing the desert transition into the mountains and then out to the ocean. I'm going to turn us inbound just a little bit more here, just a degree. Coming up along this little ravine here, and you can see we got some little reservoir down here. I see Miramar right there, right where my cursor is. That's Marine Corps Air Station, Miramar. Used to be Naval Air Station, Miramar. Top Gun. Turn ourselves inbound just a little bit more here. Yeah, right about there. And well, now you can see why I was saying that we had to hold 6,500, because you've got all these mountains out here. So we're going to aim kind of, I just want to go to the right side of this little hill here. And then we'll turn inbound over towards the bay. Let me go ahead and show you this. Alright, so we're going to turn to the, like I said, to the right of this, then we'll turn inbound, or westbound, out to the very edge of the bay, which is right there. Go just off the coast, skim right along there, and there's North Island right there. There's our 6,500. And actually, you know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to set my my water here before we get any closer. And I usually change the wave scale here. It's to make it look a little bit nicer. Crank this all the way down here. We've got nice waves, but they're not that big. Alright. And I'm not going to apply it because that'll just reset everything. Let's get rid of that. Should be coming up to El Cajon. Gillespie Field. Yep, there it is right there. That's where I'd learned to fly in real life. You can see it out the window here. There we go. That's Gillespie Field right there, the El Cajon Valley. That's the name of the town here, or the part of San Diego. Alright, so let's go ahead and get set up for the approach here. Braking, we'll just set to 1. And we're going to go ahead and start our descent down here also a little bit. We're going to go down to 2,000. We're going to disregard all this, so we're actually going to go to, I guess we could do level change, but let me think about this. Yeah, we'll do a VOR change, or not VOR, VASI change, vertical speed here. So we want to be about 2,000 right there. What I'm doing is I'm looking at the curve right here. Set that up. We'll get our speed down to about 190 right now. And we'll kill the music here too. Let's do that for the approach. Get our spoilers out, get ourselves slowed down here. Want to get down a little bit quicker. Like I said, just a few clouds over here in San Diego. There's North Island, downtown San Diego over here. Trying to keep that speed down, but man, this thing just wants to slip and slide. We're gonna go ahead and we're at 250. I'm gonna go ahead and hit 2 notches of flaps here. Increase our rate of descent a little bit. Start making our turn here. I'm using my keys to change the heading bug right there. You can see our runway is now lined up, or at least that's our approach that we're looking for, is that green line right there. Again, that's just for reference. We're not exactly going to fly that green line. I'm going to go to 5 on the flaps. Try to get us slowed down some more. Also going to take the throttle.
1,000 to go.
2,500.
All right, and we're gonna go ahead and disengage that anyway. So the airplane is mine. Go landing lights on, taxi lights on, strobes are already on. Still got the spoilers all the way up. Trim up here a little bit. We're going to go right off the coast, and we're basically just going to follow the strand right here. That's what that's called. There's our runway right there. Alright, hold about 1600 here. Spoilers down. Start getting slowed up. Make that turn onto that green line right there, which you can see pretty much takes us right across the beach here. We're going to go to 10 on the flaps. Alright, once we roll out here, we're just going to aim right for this little notch right here. See that little beach area? That's where we want to go. This is the Hotel del Coronado. I don't know if it's on the scenery. It should be. Alright, we're stabilized. Let's go gear down. Flaps 25. Flaps 30.
1,000.
1,000 feet, stabilized, Mr. Birch, altitude.
So these buildings right here, those buildings are there. They're not, don't look exactly like that, but you can see this red part right there. That's the Hotel Del. It's not modeled in the scenery right here, but you can see it on the the ortho. That's why this is called the hotel approach. Kind of aim for the hotel right there and then come right across the beach here on final.
400.
Right. Landing gears down, 3 green. Flaps are set for 30. You can see there's the Del. come across on the beach right here. Real fun too. If you're ever in San Diego, come over to Del, come over to
300.
Coronado. Lots of stuff to do there. You can go on the beach right here and sit right here. Watch Navy planes come in, just like we are.
200.
Disregard the fuel. That's our center tanks.
100.
Alright, landing.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Okay, throttle back. Got a little bit of a bump on the runway right there.
5.
Okay, spoilers on.
Feet remaining.
Bring that nose down gently.
80 knots.
Alright, spoilers disengaged.
3,000 remaining.
When I say spoilers, I meant thrust reversers. I never did armless spoilers actually for the
We'll be
Approaching
the
taxiing
landing
for the
here.
next
3,
few minutes, so
6.
please remain seated with your seatbelts fastened and all items stowed until the signal
Alright, so we
sign
are
is
going to
turned
taxi
off.
on the runway right
Please
here,
make sure you have
the
all your
crossing
personal
runway.
belongings before you
On
exit the
runway
aircraft.
3.
And be
We do
careful
have some
when
scenery
opening
here,
overhead
but
compartments. You're now free to use your mobile phones and small lightweight devices. Thank you for flying
the
with us
taxiways
today.
are a little
We hope
off.
you've had a pleasant experience, and we look
So
forward
this
to
is all
welcoming you
pretty
again
much
on
one
another
big
flight.
giant taxiway, but you can see we've got some choppers there. Got a few different planes here and there. And we're going to park it off the end of this runway here. And then we'll take a look at a replay. Here's one little taxiway right here that I'm going to take. Alright, the landing lights off, strobes off. I'd like to have better scenery here for you, but this is the best I could do right now. Somebody made this scenery, I'm not quite sure who. Lots of Coast Guard planes here. Mostly those would probably be Navy planes. Yeah, we're gonna park it. We'll park it right here next to the choppers. What the heck? Just short of the tower. Alright, that looks good. Get us to a stop here. Let's go ahead and put our parking brake on. And we'll leave everything as is. Let's go ahead and take a look at that landing from a few different angles. I think that one would be nice. Yes, okay. So if you have not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. I do a lot of X-Plane 11 flights. A lot in the Zibo, mostly throughout the western United States and occasionally elsewhere in the world. Hit the like button too, that helps out the channel's visibility. guys there. Hey, look at the spoilers did come up. I can't remember if I armed them or not. Alright, let's try a couple more views here. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, you can see where that runway kind of humps. Let's do a tower view here. One more and then we'll call it a day. Alright guys, like I said, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the flight. Something a little bit different than your standard airline flying on X-Plane. Till next time, take care guys, bye.